Hello, everyone. It is 10:14. I have been informed that the game is now going to be at 10:22. The puck drop will be at 10:22 because TNT sucks. I am devastated. I work at 6 a.m. tomorrow. By the time the game finishes and I record and edit, it'll probably be closer to 3 a.m. So that's looking promising. You might think I'm a little underdressed for the start of the game, but it is very common for me not to start a game wearing a jersey. I kind of feel out a moment when to put one on. There's a reason for that. It goes back a couple of years. I'm not going to get into that right now. It's not important. But I just want you to know. I don't even know if this is going to make it into the video, but I just want you to know this is going to be an ass kicking. We are going to fuck them up. I'm telling you, we don't have any big wins against the top 3 teams in the league. Tonight, we are smacking them around. This is going to be an ass kicking, the likes of which you have never seen. I'm talking 7 goals, 8 goals, 9 goals. Give them 10. We are going to kick the shit. So that was a lie. Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team that just isn't the highest quality yet. That's okay. But they're a high quality team. I'm being a bit quieter tonight because it is 1:30 in the morning. It sure is. People are sleeping. And I don't know if I have it in me to be loud right now. This is tough. That was a tough one. The Avalanche, we're going to get right into it. The Avalanche are the cream of the crop. I mean, if we were using the Canes as a litmus test earlier, which didn't go well, this was a game we had to also look at as, well, we got to start competing with these teams. We have proven over and over again that we are not in the upper echelon of the league. Top 10? Absolutely. Top 4? Probably not. There's still time for that to change. That's why I'm not worried yet. Because it is game 40 out of 82. And then there's the playoffs. The Avalanche have won 7 straight. Now 8. Yay. Haven't lost a game in regulation since December 16th. And after 40 games, they've only lost in regulation 8 times. This team is absurd. They're ridiculous. They're unbelievable. They are debatably the best regular season team of the past few years. And you do have to put that asterisk on the regular season part because we haven't seen them get past the second round yet. That's my little jab at them. God! Oh, they're averaging over 4 goals a game, which is just absurd. That went down because they only scored 4 against us. And it took them extra time. So, fuck them. They're not that good. 1 in the morning, and I'm getting texts. What an absolute clusterfuck for you specifically. Lol. Jesus Christ. Short shift in real life. Oh, here, I'll show you the picture. That's 3 Bruins fans that are upset at the end of the game. For those of you who do not know what I'm referencing right now, during the short shift, the latest short shift podcast, I predicted a 4-3 overtime dub against the Avs. Oh, I changed the wall. I walked in yesterday to my room and had really bad vibes, and I panicked and tore it all down. There is not a Bruins jersey on a wall right now. You can blame the loss on that, but I think deep down in your heart, if you watch that game, you wouldn't blame the wall for what just happened. Let's talk about it. Omar gets the start. Grizz is out. He might play Friday. Foligno is out as well. He did not travel with the team. That means Vach is going to stay on the top pairing with McAvoy. Clifton's still down there with Forbort. Those are the 2 that we would have seen move had Grizz been playing, or potentially move had Grizz been playing. Bleed is back. He played on the 4th line where Foligno was on that left side. That I really thought for the first 40 minutes, I really liked what all of our lines were doing. I didn't think it was perfect. I thought we were playing an even game with a really good team. But I don't have really specific bleed notes. In fact, it was really difficult to have specific anyone notes. This game was really fast, really interesting and fun until the last 10 minutes. I already mentioned this, but we haven't shown we can beat any of these juggernaut teams. The closest we have to that is a shootout win over the Panthers, I think in the third week or second week of the season. There's no wins against teams such as the Panthers, Canes, or the Avs. Obviously, this was our first game against the Avs. There's no real good wins that we can point at and being like, this team is up there. Again, there's time for that to change. I'm not panicked about it yet. No matter what moves we make, I don't know if it's really going to bring us to that level, but we know the playoffs is a different beast. Some of these teams will not be able to handle the playoffs as well. It leaves the door open is all I'm saying. So let's not freak out. This was a demoralizing loss, though. Demoralizing. You know what else is demoralizing? This is a nationally televised game starting at 10 p.m. because I'm on the East Coast. And you know what? Because it's national, puck drop gets pushed to 10:22 because they set the Blackhawks Red Wings game, I think, to 7:30. So it pushed everything back because they're fucking numbnuts. I'm sorry about the language. I'm upset. Puck drops! And this has to be 2 minutes in, 2.5 minutes in. Hall comes across and gets a big piece of McKinnon. Open ice right after he makes a pass. McKinnon goes down. There's blood everywhere. In the moment, I was most worried about an eye injury because I thought it got him high. I hadn't seen the replay yet. I thought a hit came through high, goes down, lots of blood, and an eye injury is a career-damaging injury right there. It does not appear that that's what happened. In slow-mo, you actually saw it was a clean shoulder-to-chest hit, but it caught McKinnon's stick, and McKinnon's stick with absolute force cracks him right underneath the chin there, knocks him down. He needed a little help getting up. It's probably a lot of stitches. I'm really hoping it's nothing serious. Probably some jaw stuff going on. You hate to see that of a guy you just love to watch, really. It also sucks to point out that that's the final result of a game that didn't have their best player in it. Oh, man. They called a 5-minute major so they could review it. I think the refs got this absolutely right. You call that major to make sure you're not missing something because in real time, that looked like a horrible hit. It really did look like a bad hit. If you didn't have the review rule, this would have been a 5-minute major and we all just would have been like, wow, that's stupid. It was dropped to a minor for interference. The reason being is because you cannot drop a major to nothing. You can't just eliminate the call. I find that strange, but that's what the broadcasting crew was saying. I believe that they're knowledgeable about that. So they called him for interference. That is still the refs getting it right, though. The refs have to follow the rules that were set up for them. I get it. It's annoying. We had to kill a penalty, which we killed. But they did what they needed to make sure that the player's safety was taken into account, that the proper punishment was taken into account. There's going to be no suspensions or anything that follows this. 5:30 in, cross-checking on McDermott. We're going to get a PP, but it's an absolutely poo-poo PP because it takes us $1.22 just to get into the zone. We have one real chance. It goes back out, and then we can't get back into the zone. Brutal power play. But special teams would play a huge part in this game. 8:35 left in the period, and this game has been kind of back and forth. I really liked us in the first period. I thought we were the better team in the first period, but our structure just folds. 8:35-ish left. 3 Bruins track to the left side where the puck is in our zone. 2 Bruins stay wide on the right side, allowing that center lane wide open, and then McDermott just jumps in. He's the last guy in. Puck gets fed to him. Bruins try to collapse. Don't get there in time. And this is a great shot. Blocker side, far blocker. Yeah, maybe you want Olmark to have this one. I'm not really going to hold this against him very much. This is a guy who's wide open for no reason. It was a bad structural play. It was his first goal as an Av, I think. Teams love to get their firsts against us. Doesn't it feel that way? It feels that way. Also, it's their second shot of the game. 7:13 left. Landeskog dekes McAvoy and gets held, but no, it's called tripping. And then you look at it and go, no, it's neither, but it's a penalty anyway. And we kill it, which is great. And then 17 seconds left. We're going to go on a power play. 17 seconds left of the period. Avs are going to get called for too many men. Power play. We're going to take that into the second period. And this is a better power play. And it's unbelievable. As the penalty expires, Steen is in the slot, open, gets the shot off. It's saved. It goes to DeBrusk. And I don't know how. I don't know how he makes this save. It looks like he's going to be able to flick it right over him. And Kemper just flails at it and gets it. Good for him, I guess. Stays a 1-0 game. A few minutes later, Ullmark is actually going to make a big diving stick save. He gets caught out of position, has to dive, and ends up just getting... He has a stick like this, and it gets a piece of it. Mask buckles a little bit. He gets up, rips the helmet off, and chucks it. I'd be pissed if I was an Avs fan that that's not delay a game. As a Bruins fan, I like it. Right? Bias. Goalies do need to protect themselves. This is a really hard line to draw of, like, you can't just yank off your helmet in the middle of play. And I'm sure they told him, you do that again, you're definitely getting penalized. They gave him the benefit of the doubt once, which they did a lot in this game we're going to talk about. 5 minutes into the period, and Hall is going to get pinned twice on the same shift by Landeskog into the boards. And he's going to be held there behind the play and roughed up a little bit. Now, I'm sitting here going, first of all, Landeskog, you would never do that to an actual tough guy. He's like Pietrangelo. If he knows he has the advantage, he's going to get all, like, big and tough on you. But as soon as you put a real fighter in front of him, he shrinks. He shrivels. He's just not that guy. But, I mean, he got the last laugh. But he gets held twice. And I'm sitting there going, okay, eventually, like, I know you're going after him because McKinnon's not coming back to the game. It's been announced. Eventually, you got to start calling these guys for holding, for roughing. Like, Hall's not taking it back to him. He's just trying to get away from him. Eventually, these calls need to start getting made. And it does, sort of. The next whistle after that shift, Jost and Bleed are going to go for minors each. So it's going to be a 4-on-4, and it's a beauty. It's a 2-on-1. We get the fast breakout, and it's DeBrusk on the right, Coyle on the left. And DeBrusk is thinking shot the whole way. He sells the pass a little early, but they know he's shooting. He has the space, and this is an absolute snipe. It's a beauty of a shot. It's 1-1. Jakey just raises his value. You love to see that. And you feel good about where we are in the game because we're playing this team really evenly. 9:28 left in the period. DeBrusk is going to get tripped. There's also going to be a Steen hit on Girard, and Girard's going to jump him after the whistle. That is going to be offsetting for those two, but we are going to go on the power play. And then something ridiculous happens. And the Avs were doing this to themselves. They were trying to respond for the McKinnon stuff when the McKinnon hit was legal, so I don't really feel bad for him. Johnson has Hall behind the net on the power play. And he cross-checks him once. And you can hear the ref yelling. Cross-checks him again. You hear the ref yelling. Cross-checks him a third time. All three were blatant. Finally, whistle goes. 5-on-3 now for a minute. Johnson calls. The ref even goes to center ice and goes, for 3 cross-checks. Doesn't even say for cross-checking. For 3 cross-checks. Like, that is... He warned you, man. Just don't do the third one, and you get to have cross-checked the guy twice, and there's no call. Really weird. Really weird. And if you don't believe me, go watch. The ref's arm never goes up on the first 2. After the third, and he even pauses after the third before he lifts that arm. He thinks about it, but he's like, nah, fuck it. This is ridiculous. Boom. So we're going to go 5-on-3. And this was game-changing. Kemper is going to make a monster save. Coyle is backdoor, just standing there. This is a perfect pass, but the pad gets across, kicks it out, puck gets cleared. We come right back in. And it's a McAvoy blast from the high slot. You have room, 5-on-3. Blasts, save made. Coyle collects in that same spot on blocker side and flips it over the sprawled out Kemper. That is 2-1. With more power play to go because the 5-on-3 wasn't over. So it's 5-on-4. We immediately give up a fast break the other way, but Compher skies it. Lucky. As the power play is expiring, Pasa's going to take the left side, leave a drop pass for Marchand. He's going to lay a legal pick. Marchand's going to create space a little bit to the outside, and he is going to snipe far side, top glove, in and out, a perfect shot. 3-1. Both power play goals. Special teams were killing it. We were killing all the penalties, scoring on the power plays. We have a 4:27 left, no stick for interference. Kill that too. We're going into the third, up 2 goals. This was a game that I wasn't comfortable with a 2-goal lead. I don't think anyone was, because the Avs are that good. 3 minutes in, Riley is cross-checking in the defensive zone. I don't even remember who he's cross-checking, but you hear it. He cross-checks. Riley, watch the cross-checks. You hear that from the ref. Cross-checks again. Riley, watch it. No more cross-checks. Stops. Doesn't do another one. Fair is fair. And for the first 10 minutes of the period, I mean, the Avs' creativity, speed, versatility, just, it's all on display. Their skating ability, their chemistry, they are firing, shellacking Omar. And he's standing tall. But that only lasts so long. 8 minutes left. Avs win another faceoff. Now, I want to be clear. They were talking about our faceoff percentage this whole game. 3 different centermen over 70%. We were winning every faceoff. And in the third period, we couldn't buy one. Couldn't buy one. That's your first knock. Could not win a faceoff in the third period. Like I said, 8 minutes left. Avs win another faceoff. Puck gets cycled, gets up to Girard on the top left point. He takes a shot. Lazar's right in front of him. It gets a piece of Lazar, turns into a bobbler that bounces twice and then just bobbles past Omar. It's a weird bounce, and it goes post and in. 3-2, 8 minutes left. That is unlucky. I don't really know who you put that on. Those are weird bouncing pucks. Those are really hard to track. And it's not like it wasn't moving. It still had some speed to it. So we got to lock it down. 8 minutes. Still attack. I mean, we responded really well for the next 2 minutes. We had shift after shift that was in their zone, attacking. And then we faded back again. Then we went back to protecting. Maybe not the right mindset in the third period as well. That's your second knock. They pull the goalie with about 2.5 minutes left. Now, there's a botched icing call. There's a botched intentional offsides call. I'm going to offset those, right? Because the botched icing should have helped us. Turns out it didn't. But we can't seem to clear the puck cleanly. And with an open net, the pass, I believe it was McAvoy to Marchand. Again, I haven't had time to go back and rewatch this. Just didn't connect. For an empty net. That was a game-winning pass. Failed that. That's your third knock. You couldn't pass it out. Couldn't get a clearance. Puck comes back in. Failed clearance. Puck stays in. Puck gets cycled around. Kadri on the left dot. And there's a beauty of a pass. Flings it across the slot. It's 6-on-5. Landeskog nails a wide open net. Omar never had a chance on this. It's 3-3, 30 seconds left. And we're going to go to overtime. We blew it. We fucking blew it. Because we could not win a faceoff. We didn't attack the offensive zone. We couldn't get a clear when we needed to. And we had 2.5 minutes of empty net and we couldn't score. By the way, now I need to figure out how to look up the metrics on this. But when we have an empty net staring at us, I feel like we score on it 1 out of every, 7 or 8 times we actually have that opportunity. Like, I feel like we have an incredibly low percentage of burying one into an empty net. Right? Is that just me? Am I the only one that feels like that? Riley is going to go for tripping, 3:46 left of overtime. Blatant tripping. It was a valiant effort. It was a really good. Our Bergeron Carlo Forbort 4v3 was doing work. But that line got switched out. Next line stayed out there for a bit. And Cale Makar, man, just sniper-rooney and cheese. Glove side, gets to walk down the slot and just take it. They deserved that win. We crumbled in the third. We didn't attack at all. We just got shelled, and we were okay with it. We had a couple pockets of time in the offensive zone, but we got shellacked. We just couldn't handle what they were bringing, and they didn't have their best player. Look, part of it is, hey, you look at missing Grizz, who's a great outlet passer. Sure, but it's not like Vach is a slub at that. This was a brutal game. I don't even have game notes. I have good first 40, and then your last 20 sucked, dude. I don't even know what to say about this. This team isn't in that top 4 or 5 range right now. Is that the end of our season? No. But we've made that point pretty clear at this point. We just can't beat those teams. And the scenario in this game was highly beneficial to us, and we still ended up blowing a 2-goal lead. I don't have a lot to be positive about in that scenario. Other than the trade deadline's coming up, there's moves this team can make. I think we're going to be a good team in the playoffs. I think we're still going to be a hard out. I think the goaltending's only going to get better. I thought Olmark had a great game. Like, you don't want to talk about 4 goals allowed, whatever. But if you watched the game, he had made some huge saves. There was no chance for him on the game tying one. The second one, I mean, what are you going to do? That's a really weird bobbler. I have never been in a position with a bouncing puck at that speed, so I'm not really going to say much. I got to imagine it's pretty fucking tricky. I don't know if you ever did this, but do you ever take a bouncy ball when you were little? And you look at stairs, and you stand like 10 feet back from the stairs, and you whip the bouncy ball at the stairs, and you pretend you're a goalie to stop it from getting by you, and it'll bounce erratically because the stairs have like weird ridges to them and everything. Is that just me? Either way, I used to do that for hours. Very difficult. Weird bouncing ball. This is a bummer. This is a tough loss. Got to hold on to those leads. And against teams like that, it's really hard to hold them. So we'll see how we respond. We have the Yotes next. So fucking strap in, boys. Just kick the crap out of this team, please. Just kick the crap out of them. I need it. Go Bees!